Show of hands if you've used Pureology. Perfect. Show of hands if you finish or blow dry hair. Awesome. So I'm in the right room. So show of hands if you know what a turtle is. Like the little thing that swims in ponds. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to have you close your eyes, and I promise I'm not going to do anything weird. I'm not going to touch you or anything, but I'm going to have you close your eyes. All right, so I want you to envision a turtle. And picture it's a really nice, bright, sunny day out, unlike today where it's downpouring. And your turtle is either maybe sitting on a rock, suntanning itself, or maybe a nice sandy beach, or maybe a dirt road. So your turtle doesn't know that you're behind it, and you're going to be walking up towards it because you decided that you want to pick it up and make it your pet. So envision yourself walking towards this turtle. What do we know turtles do when they're frightened? What happens to them? Sorry, what was that?
They tuck their heads in.
Absolutely, they tuck their heads in. They pull their little heads into their shells and their shoulders come up over their face. All right, I'm going to have you open your eyes. Do you ever feel like this at the end of the day after blow dry and you're working on clients all day? Absolutely. Your your neck is down in your collarbone and your shoulders are in your ears. And you spend the rest of the day kind of stretching your neck up out of your shoulders and your collarbone. So, I would like to welcome you to Finish First. And today, for the next 3 hours, we're going to work on 3 different blow drying techniques. These techniques are going to not only give you a solid foundation for upstyling, but they're also going to give you different ways to utilize your tools and to hopefully give you less stress on your body as you're working. I want to thank you for taking your time for being here today and investing in yourself and in your career. My name is Katie Rote, and I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and my Pureology story started about a year and a half ago. I had a mid-career crisis, and I got rid of all of my hair color and all of my products. And I was on the search for a new product line and a new color line, and I was having a really hard time finding somebody to invest the time into me and help me find that until my now sales rep, Peter Cole, walked in the door from Salon Centric. And I went through the whole spiel of, I'm an amazing colorist in my own mind, and I need these things. I need products that are going to help me help my clients and help maintain my color, because would you agree with hair color, your clients invest a lot of money into it and you invest a lot of time into it. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Absolutely. So after I went through my spiel, Peter gave me a bottle of the Hydrate shampoo and condition, and he gave me actually 2 bottles of each, and he told me to use one and put the other set up on my shelf to retail. And he said, these will walk off your shelf, I promise you. Well, within a week, somebody came in and they bought the product. So that was really impressive to me. People knew what this product was and they believed in it and they liked it. So from there, I decided to bring the whole line in. And as I started to learn more about it, I learned that Pureology is the #1 color care system in the US and Canada. So that was huge for me because I do 90% hair color. Another great part of this line is the anti-fade complex, which you will find through all of the all of the styling aids and all of the shampoos and conditioners. Have you ever seen a sunflower?
Yes.
Do you know that a sunflower follows the sun from the moment it rises to the moment it sets?
No.
Yeah, so I didn't either. So it does. So what Pureology did is they actually extracted and cold pressed an ingredient called heligenol out of the sunflower, which is up in the brown part of the sunflower, the puck. And they cold pressed it into all of our products. And that is what the anti-fade complex is in all of our products. So that's what keeps the hair color from fading. Pretty cool, right? Yeah. So that was another great selling point for me, and it's a great selling point to my clients as to why they need to use the product and buy it and bring it home with them. Another great point for me was they are 100% vegan. I take my health very seriously, and I work with chemicals all day long. It's just part of the trade. So to have one less thing in my life that I'm using on a daily basis not be detrimental to my own health and to my clients was huge for me. They're also 100% paraben free, and they have 100% recyclable bottles. So that was another great selling point for me. Do these all sound like good points to you?
Absolutely.
Awesome. So just some housekeeping before we get started. If you go out the door here to the left, down the hallway, and around the corner, you're going to see the bathrooms. They're going to be on your right-hand side. And by left, come out the door and go right. Down the hall, I'm dyslexic. And then you'll see there's a back door. If you're a smoker, you can go out that back door to smoke. There's a sign you need to be 10 feet away from the building in order to smoke. We will take breaks throughout this 3-hour class. And if you have a cell phone, please turn it on vibrate. Pictures are great. I highly encourage pictures. What questions do you have?
So far, I'm excited to learn.
Awesome, me too. All right, so I want to address a word. I'm going to remove this. Okay, so the word that I want to talk about is fear. Fear, F-E-A-R. The definition of fear is the idea that something or someone can or possibly would inflict harm or discomfort on you. What do we know about fear in a learning situation? What is the emotion that fear can create while you're sitting in a classroom learning?
Nervousness.
Nervousness, absolutely. What is something else that it can cause?
For you not to listen or pay attention.
Yeah, not to listen and not to pay attention. It causes you to shut down, absolutely. So sometimes do you maybe get little voices in your head that tell you you can't do this because you're shutting down and you're afraid?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you get these little voices in your head and they say, oh, well, my hairstyle didn't turn out like Katie's, so clearly I should rethink what I did in my life choices and probably go back to school and never do hair again because my work isn't the same as your work. Those little voices are fear, but really what those little voices in your head, what they are, they're nothing more than false evidence. Those little voices in your head that are telling you can't are nothing more than false evidence appearing real. So those little voices will tell you that you can't do this, but you can do it. So as we go through this and you're working on your mannequins and we're learning new things, you may start to judge yourself because that false evidence appearing real starts to get in your head, that fear. And you may start to judge yourself or others around you. And you may start to blame yourself because things aren't going the way you wanted them to because you're learning something new. And you may start denying that you're not doing something right. But I'm going to ask that you don't do these things and just be open to the ideas that come in. Because you can do these things. It's just new, and sometimes new things are hard to do. Would you agree?
Yes.
Absolutely. So along with that, you may make mistakes. What do we know happens when you make mistakes?
You get more nervous.
You get more nervous, yes. What else happens when we make mistakes? If we make a mistake once, what happens if we make a mistake again?
We don't want to do it again, usually.
Right. Would you agree that you maybe are learning from that mistake?
Yes, and you try to keep repeating it until you get it right. Some people.
Absolutely. You know, I'm very guilty of making multiple mistakes and not learning from the first one, but I learned a little something from each one. So if you make mistakes, you usually learn. And what happens when we learn from things?
You make them better.
Yes. Would you agree that you grow from them?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Great. So mistakes, when you learn from them, you grow. And I want to encourage you that when you make a mistake, if and when it happens, that you celebrate it because you're going to learn from it and you're going to grow from it. Every mistake that you don't take is a mistake at learning. How about that? Yeah. So I encourage that you celebrate your mistakes because the mistake you made, somebody else might be making and they're too afraid to share with everybody else, and they may not have that learning experience and that chance to grow if you don't share what you learned. Sound good? Awesome. So would you agree that you are here because you believe in yourself and you believe in what we do as a whole as an industry?
Yes.
Perfect. I'm also here because I believe in you and I believe in this industry and I love it as well. I'm not here to tell you how you do things are not right or wrong. I'm not here to tell you what you believe in is right or wrong. I want you to take your beliefs and what you know about hair and hold on to them. I'm here simply because I want to share with you new tools for your toolbox and hopefully give you different ways that you can go into the salon and make your life easier and more efficient as you work. I'm going to ask that you be open to the situation open to the learning environment that we have here today. What does the word open mean to you in a learning environment?
Be able to ask questions, be able to let them know what you're not good at, and be able to speak freely.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. Yes, so be open. You know, if you have questions, please ask them. That was a great definition of open. Being open is being open to the ideas that come and being open, like you said, to be able to ask questions freely. So, if you're with me and you're ready to be open, raise your hand and say I'm with you.
I'm with you.
And let me know you're ready to be open.
Ready to go.
Yeah. All right. So, from there, I'm going to ask that you be responsible for your learning. If you have questions, again, please ask them. Feel free to ask them. This is a safe learning environment. No question is a stupid question. And if you can't see or if I am talking too fast, please stop me and ask me to slow down. Sometimes I get excited and I start to talk too fast. I am guilty of this. Be responsible for your learning. And lastly, I'm going to ask that you have energy because learning requires what?
Energy.
Yes, energy. Are you ready to get started?
Yay!
Yay! All right. Okay. So the first blow dry technique we are going to work on, is the voluminous blowout. So the tools that you're going to need for your voluminous blowout are listed here. You're going to need a blow dryer with a nozzle, 4 sectioning clips, a Denman brush, small or medium depending on the length of the hair, a round brush, and again that can be small, medium, or large depending on the length of the hair, and sectioning comb. Okay, so to start this, we're going to start at the top of the head here. We're going to start at the top of the head for our first section. How we're going to start the sectioning, it's the horseshoe section, and we're going to start by making a horizontal line from either the natural recession point of the hair or to the outside of the eyebrow. So we're going to come through horizontally. And we're going to come all the way back around, and we're not going to go quite down to, we're right at the top of the occipital bone here. Coming back around. And then connecting back again at either the natural recession point or the tip of the eyebrow, the outside of the eyebrow.
I'm sorry, you said start at the natural receding line?
I did, yes. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Thank you for that question. All right, so we're going to comb this out. And we're going to pin it out of the way. So that's section